Plus it's a tight turn, so... Oh, stop. Good job. Okay, we can put this away now. Are we done with it? Is the next question. I think we are. Park that right about there, avoid it, and then drive it off. All right. A little bit off line there. That's a little bit tight. Reversing at an angle, and then cut it in. There you go. That's better. How's the tail? Fine. And you are good. Let that go. So I think we're kind of good for our big tractors. Done for at least today. Not sure how much else I need to do, but oh, lots of fertilizer. We'll just run it into the grain silo, because that's not a wise plan. I'm not sure that's particularly straight. Yeah, not really. Well, I got enough room in there for stuff. We'll do the liquid in a minute, and we'll go out onto the 2 clover fields. I guess what I should do is get back to here, and well, that was a bit of a fail. There we go. Stop rolling until it's empty, and then go. Go back up this one. Alrighty, so again, not going to make a full length on this. But we're doing okay. We're nearly done, surprisingly. Five, 6. 94, 6, 8. And entailing another trip back to the yard to empty. Is this number 4? I'm going to do a little bit of a check to see. That one there. Taters. Egg, sugar beet, potatoes. We have 89,999 litres. For some reason it loses 1. that's, I guess, fine. So 90,000, this is about approximately sort of kind of 120. And we only have capacity for 1 million litres, unless I go and buy another silo extension. So I don't want too many more. Oops, what's that? Good news. Okay, and I'm just gonna crash into stuff because distractions. Well, I think that's a complete mess up. Oh, good grief. Yeah. How do we get out of this? So I think that's on the gate post. It always happens. That said, if I can get it at an angle like that. Oh, you toad. Oh, we're off. Okay, good. Sometimes the way to get off of those is to approach it like I did from an angle, and every time you connect, it will move the implement, not the tractor. Unfortunately, in our case, it moved the tractor. Oi, oi, oi. Really need to not drive along that edge there. Ooh. Swing it through the entrance. We'll move that Land Rover now. Drive it straight in. It's just easier. Alright, we're done there. Now I'm stuck. Yay. And good timing, potatoes have finished tipping. Oh, and I need to move all of those fertilizer bags under cover. I don't think I have to, but we will, because they're in the way. So we're doing 10 o'clock in the morning. I didn't feed the fish yet. I should do that in a minute. In fact, I think I might do is I'm going to take a very quick break when we get back to the field. I will feed the fish, I will get myself another drink, and then we can continue for a short while. So avoid the gate post. Whee! Try not to drive on the verge, because that's also a good plan. And I am kind of pushing it with a cart this big. Not really designed for these narrow country lanes. Like I said, I should probably be using single axle carts. More of them and more smaller tractors. Come on, we can do that. There we go. Ouch. We are going to be in the way for going back down again, so I will stop that there and I'll go feed the fish and get a drink. I'll be back in a couple of minutes. Okay, I'm back. So the fishes have food. Out. Engine on, power up, and go. Alrighty. Captain Zank, good morning and welcome to Potato Collection Day. Actually quite impressed by the width of this thing. I could take down these two end rows. Whoops. Just realised, obviously, I can't go down that first row because the cart's in the way. Although, as before, I probably won't reach it before we get full. It's like right now. Okay, and that one there. And once again, I forgot to do that. Okay, that's that bit done. Jump out of there. And we will throw some fertilizer in. Obviously, shouldn't really store the fertilizer with the seed. That, I believe, is a very bad plan. They should have somewhere different to put chemicals. They should have a chemical store and a fertilizer and a seed store. It's quite convenient as a seed store. I'm going with. So maybe when we're not quite so busy, we'll do a little reconfiguration of our storage facilities and find somewhere to put all of this stuff. Oops. Now there are some storage racks. There's potential, I guess. Grab that one. Drag that over there. Then we'll go back to the potatoes again. Alrighty. Where's the potatoes? Right here. So yes, Captain Zake, you missed a little bit this morning. I had to get started a little early today. I have contractors in as of a few, well, probably about 15 minutes ago. They're finishing off the tiling on our new shower. They plan, I think, to have the tiles placed probably round about lunchtime, I would guess. And then after that, they'll be coming back on Monday to finish off the grouting. Oops. And we're full. I'm also expecting a phone call from a friend. Come and help me with yard work, because Mrs. Ose has been decidedly unwell lately, and so I've been doing a lot of housework and everything else. Whoa, it just blew through there. And haven't had time to do yard work. Now she was supposed to have a come on, stop rolling. There we go. Figured out the handbrake. So yeah, she was supposed to have a test at the hospital yesterday, and unfortunately they decided to keep her in. So rather than me going to pick her up round about lunchtime and then bringing her home, we ended up with me going to visit her all afternoon and absolutely no yard work getting done at all. So I now need a lot of help because I haven't done any yard work in like a month. Oh, what colour are the tiles? Okay, so we have a hexagon mosaic pattern of marble tile for the shower floor. We have a blue subway tile, quite a big tile actually. I think it's about 1 foot by 6 inches, maybe 4 inches, which is a sort of a, I think it's a sailboat blue they call it. And then we have a large 8x8 patterned tile. So the patterns are kind of 1/4 of the tile each for the main bathroom floor. But we're not doing the entire bathroom floor, the bathroom floor just outside the shower will get done, because obviously you'll get out the shower dripping wet, so it would be nice to have tile there. But then once the shower's in use, we can remove the old shower and start. Yeah. Problem with turning the handbrake on is you have to remember to turn it off. Yeah, once the tiles, once we're able to use the shower, we can dismantle the old shower and start renovating the rest of the bathroom. But part of the reason is because Mrs. Osa is having medical issues, and a small, what are they, 2'8" by 2'8" shower stall doesn't work well for her. Plus, it's quite a step up into it, so she's struggling to use the existing shower at the moment. Okay, engine power, go. Well, yeah, we're not actually sure what's going on at the moment. She went into hospital getting on for about a month ago with a what is it, antibiotic, so some form of biological infection. And so they kept her in for a couple of days, dropped a ton of antibiotics into her, and then started doing some tests to figure out what it was, and found some other issues. So they transferred her up to Detroit for testing. Ooh, stop. And we are way too close, so I think I'm going to do cross-country driving at this point. And they did some tests, and then they said, okay, well, we've done some tests, we want to do some more, and we'll get back to you as to when you can come in and do them. So you think, yep, fine, okay. And then they didn't call us for 2 weeks, so Mrs. Osa tracked down her family doctor and said, look, this is what's going on, and I haven't had a call, and I'm supposed to have had a call, so can you figure it out for me? So he did, or his nurse did, and we then got the appointment scheduled for Friday this week, and that's all we knew. So teenage Osa went to have a sleepover with her friend on Thursday night, because, as I said, we didn't know when the appointment was going to be, because they didn't tell us. And we got a phone call yesterday morning at 6:40 saying, are you coming in today? And we said yes. They said, well, you should have been here at 6:15, and we said, well, that was nice to know. Why didn't you call us yesterday and tell us that? Oh, okay, we'll let the medical team know you're going to be late. They did the test, which takes about 5 to 6 hours to recover from, and then they said, oh, we don't like your oxygen levels, so you're staying overnight. So Mrs. Osa is staying overnight in the hospital. And testing, it's testing to rule things out and rule things in. So it's sort of it's most likely to be this, we'll test for that. Oh, it's not that, okay, we need to look at something else. But like I said, we're not sure what's going on. They're not using specific terms at this time because they don't want to say, oh, you've got this going on, and then find out, well, actually you don't have that going on, and what you have is much less critical. So, we're sort of sitting around saying, well, it could be this, it could be that, we don't know, they don't they're not saying for definite one way or the other, but they're testing for lots of different things. So as soon as they're done testing, we won't find out this latest round of tests results until probably Wednesday next week. So we get to sit around all weekend, but Mrs. Osa is really not very mobile. She's using a walker to get around the house. And there are 3 ways out of the house. One onto the deck that's 10 foot up of the ground, so it has sort of 13 steps down to the ground. Or the basement, which is 13 steps down from the main floor. Or out the front, where there are 4 shallow steps. So she can just about make it up and down the steps out of the front of the house. But then it's a fair walk to the driveway. Once or twice I have driven over the front lawn to get to the door to unload some particularly heavy stuff, but generally I don't like doing that because I don't want the car getting stuck in the dirt and tearing up the grass. So, and at the moment potentially setting fire to the grass because it's that bad. But it's all been a little bit stressful. Fortunately, I work from home, so that's not been a big issue. And I've actually worked from home for about 4 years now. And then since COVID happened, everybody's in IT is working from home. And company actually likes IT people working from home because they're not wasting hours in the day talking about last night's soccer match or Game of Thrones episode or whatever's going on TV these days. So we get work done a lot quicker and a lot more voluminous than we usually do when we're in the office, so they're kind of happy with that. Our help desk team are in the office because they also take care of preparing PCs and fixing network issues and stuff like that, for which they need to be on site because it's a hands-on task sometimes. Although not all of the help desk team are working from the office. I think we have one programmer working in the office because he just prefers to. But most of us are working from home. So that's kind of convenient because it does mean if Mrs. Osa needs something, I'm here. It has made it a little bit more stressful with daughter Osa because she is being homeschooled and I have to work, and Mrs. Osa is many days not feeling up to dealing with a teenage girl who is a little bit behind in her studies, not from her own fault, but because the schools have seriously let her down. And that's the that's a problem with if you're in the foster care system and moved frequently between schools. You get left behind. Initially the teachers might help you, but eventually you're so far behind the class, the teachers just look at you and say, you're a lost cause. I don't feel like wasting my time on you, which is unfortunate, but we've kind of figured the only way she's going to get up to the education level she needs to be at is to